Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We managed to make it to the deadline. Thank God. So, excuse me, my apologies. So, Gilgamesh. The main plot of Gilgamesh is an anime where the main characters, I'll get to the main characters, but the main plot of it is that they have this huge machine that they will explain to you at episode 21 to 23. I'll explain that when we get to that. But the machine broke, and all hell breaks loose, and you can't see the sky. The sky is filled with a bunch of freaking dumbasses and jackasses, which we'll get to that when we get to that. So you can't see the blue sky, and most of the electronics are gone. Even though they say it's all the electronics are not gone, but then again, if all electronics are gone, then how the fuck are they cooking? How the fuck are they fucking using lights? How the fuck are they playing fucking arcade games for Pete's sakes? It makes no fucking sense. But those are the three things. Now, with that being said, though, that's the main plot of the anime. Let's go with our 6 main characters, which we'll get into the evil characters as we go along. So, we've got the guy with the slick hair. He is a guy that is good. He is pretty silent, and he tries to fix other people. The second main character is a girl who had blonde hair, and she has a crush on the guy with the white hair at some point. She does eventually tell him, but she ends up dying. I'll explain to that when we get to that. The third character doesn't really matter because he doesn't say shit, and he only has one demon moment by blowing himself up because he likes some guy. When it comes to the fourth main character, which is our main character, has white hair, and the first time we see him, he's running away from the mafia with his sister. They are in debt with the mafia, which I think was really interesting. But however, the mafia thing is not cohesive enough because they only bring her up once again. I feel like they used a lot of scenes from this first season, but I'll get to the season part as the plot progresses. So that's what happens with her. The sister wants to be a tune pianist. Okay, so that's what her thing is. The brother has Darmanis. Now all characters have Darmanis, even though they act like humans and there are humans, they all have Darmanis except for the sister, which is the girl. All 5 of them live with the character that causes all this problem, which you won't figure it out until episode 26. She is the main reason why this is all happening, and the fact that Gilgamesh is in focus of her. She wants to do stuff with her and stuff like that. It's really interesting. But when it comes to the main anime as a whole, it makes no goddamn sense. Okay, because the first half of the anime, you're learning about the guy with the white hair and the sister. They're in debt. The lady pays their debt, and then they have to live in a hotel room with them. The sister winds up leaving and paying her debt by becoming a tune pianist, but that company goes under. And so the fact of the matter is that she's working at a strip club now because that's the main reason. Yes, there is some partially nudity that's not to the extreme, but there's not a lot of scenes like that. Now then, when it comes to the main villains, there's not really that much. There's no main villains. They're all fucking evil. I mean, like I said before, the lady who lets them stay at the hotel, she's the main reason why it's causing all this problem, because she's just as stupid. Because she forms this Darmanis. By the way, the moveset Darmanis is their superpowers. Most of them have it. But they also know how to do this push thing, which is superpowers, pretty much. My main problem with this anime, however, and this is the main problem I have with it, is the fact that most of the characters are just dumb, or they just don't give a shit. Like our evil characters, even though they're evil and they want the human race to go to evolution and go extinct without having no emotions, that's what their plan is all along. they are just as stupid because the fact of the matter is that they don't show up all the fucking time. It's pretty much our five main characters that talk a lot. Even when the sister leaves, she doesn't get a lot of backstory. She goes to the a festival or like a fucking like a theme park with her brother, and then that's it. Then we get a few scenes of her at the strip club, and that's it. She doesn't really do that much until the second half, which I'll explain the second half when we get to it. But pretty much our five main characters are just fucking clones of the originals, and the originals do show up at the very end, which that's pretty interesting. But the main problem I have with this anime is the lack of who is the main villain. The main problem I have that's the main problem I have with this anime. Everyone dies, which is kind of underwhelming. I've seen anime that do that. 91 Days did it better, to be honest with you. But all the main characters die because they get pissed off and they want because of their emotions. The main thing I like to say about this, though, and this is the main reason why I do not like this anime to begin with, is the fact that there's no substance. You don't know who you want to root for. The five characters that I just named, or the evil guys, because the evil guys have the same Dharmatas and the fact that they have more superpowers. However, there is a third wheel of this thing, and he worked for the fucking mafia, pretty much. He has an army full of enemy. He has a full-fledged army that can take out the people with the Armadas because they have different powers and stuff, and they can nullify it. The problem is that he is just as stupid, and then he dies from the main character shooting him. And then after she shoots him, the three main characters that started it all come back to life in the last episode just to kill everyone. It makes no fucking sense. I don't understand this reason. And the only reason why they kill everyone is the fact that there are three characters that come up at the very end of the anime that have white coats on. When they introduce them, they have no emotions at all. They're the original forms of the clones that you saw in the whole entire anime as a whole. But they come out of left field and then they just start killing everyone. All the clones are dead. Everyone's dead. Now I'll give the anime one credit for the last scene of the anime. Pretty much, the sister doesn't last very long. Her last scene was from episode 21 because then she turns into liquid, and then she turns into a cocoon. However, the last scene is her coming out of the cocoon because of the fact that she's pregnant from one of the Gilgamesh's people that have superpowers, and then she turns into liquid. It's kind of complicated. I'm not going to get into too much stuff with that. However, when it comes to her, she has a moment. I told you guys before, maybe I didn't, but she likes to tune pianos. She likes to tune pianos. She wants to be a tune pianist person. That's what she did. The problem is the fact that she has a tool for that. And when she wakes up from the cocoon, she still has it. Then she sees her younger self floating in midair, about to talk to her, and she looks a little chubby. The problem is the fact that she turns into a serial killer by killing her with the tool, and then she has this evil look on her face. It's not up to par with fucking Higurashi, but I do like the effort, because Higurashi is the formula when it comes to evil psychotic people who act like fucking freaks. I mean, seriously, like, what the fuck? But anyway, watch Higurashi first season, you'll understand why. Most of the kids over there are fucking nuts. But my main problem of this anime, though, Gilgamesh, it's... how do I put this? There's no plot. I felt like I wasted 26 episodes. And by the way, there are 26 episodes of this anime. It's not like the typical animes that I review from 12 to 14. No, this has 26 episodes. The first step is just getting to know the brother and sister and what their relationship between the other four people. Okay? That's all. And the only characters that get development from the other four are the woman who owns the kids. Then you also got the girl with the blonde hair, and the other two you don't need to give a fuck about either of those two because they only get character development in the last fucking episode. All they have is human emotions. Now, when it comes to the evil people, I would like to give more detail of it, but I can't because the fact of the matter is that because in the first half they tried to make the sky go back to blue with the same machine that they used before, and then guess what happens? Let's just say it goes fail because one of the people that they call terrorists, which is fucking ridiculous, he decides to go into the thing and blow it up, and then everyone that's inside dies. By the way, even though two of the three people that did that attack are long dead. They died from the attack. People that attacked the building in the first place, two of them died. The problem with that, though, is the fact that they have a place where they can repopulate them, which makes no goddamn sense. They could just make them more because they come at the very end of the anime and they also die, I believe, from the guys that are trying to cause mayhem. The main problem I have with this anime, and this is the main reason why I don't understand what the hell is this. This anime fucking sucks. I couldn't understand the fucking plot because even though it has 26 episodes, the main villains don't show up all the time. And when they do, it's just like they go away for like 3 or 4 fucking episodes. It makes no fucking sense. It's like, for example, the shit does not get interesting until episode 23 through 26, and that's like the end of the anime. That makes no fucking sense! I hate this anime because it's not consistent. And when it comes to the evil people, the guy that has the glasses who is one of the mafia members, the problem with him is the fact that he has a drone army of guys who are Gilgamesh's people that have the same, that can nullify Gilgamesh people. He also has machines. The problem with that, though, is the fact that he's your generic bad guy from like any type of fucking video game. He thinks that he's doing good for human races, which they're all doing fucking stupid things. I mean, the lady's causing all this thing because she's the one who made the entity of Gilgamesh come to life. Then you also got the key people that are working for Gilgamesh who thinks that all human races should die. And then you got the guy who the mafia guy is doing, and he just wants to kill everyone because he wants to get the power on his side so that way he can understand it. That's why my main problem is. And the other problem is the fact that the kid with the brother and sister don't want any part of it when they first get introduced, when they first see the problem of what's going on. They get into this conflict because the lady that owns that makes them live in the hotel, she buys their fucking ransom when it comes, because they owe money to the fucking mafia, and that makes no fucking sense. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? I got a little interested in episode 23 and 26, but that's pretty much about it. So I'm giving this a 0. I was not interested in the fact that I got fucking bored most of the time, to be honest with you. I got so bored because there wasn't no action. And on the top of that thing, the main thing I have a problem with is that there are two bad guys that one dies, which is perfectly fine. He had a little more character development than the other guy. But the other guy shows up in like episode 12 or like 13. And then he doesn't show up. And then when they destroy the building, he ends up dead. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he comes back in episode 26. He's only in like 3 episodes. Why the fuck did you make him in the first fucking place? Now then, I'm giving this a 0 out of 10. Now, is it worse than Flag and it's worse than Sushi Ninja, or is it worse than 91 Days? And those are the 3 animes that have a 0. I think it's better than Sushi Ninja because Sushi Ninja is just like you're watching anime on acid. So, yeah. But as for Flag and 91 Days, I I would probably enjoy 91 Days more. Well, let's start off with why it's worse than 91 Days. 91 Days, if you must know, is a mafia anime, which I did not like because I don't like mafia animes. Even though this anime does have mafia, the main reason why this anime, 91 Days, is a better anime than Gilgamesh, or what the fuck I call it. I can't even pronounce it right. The main reason why it's better is the fact that the plot is very simple and I can understand what the hell is going on. And I can also see what the strategy is when it comes to the main character doing what he did. That's the main reason why. Now, is it better than Flag? Flag, on the other hand, has the main issue of watching anime through a camera lens, and that's not a no-go. But I still rather prefer that than this anime because the anime plot completely switches from the first half to the second half. The first half I understand, but the problem with the first half of Gilgamesh is the fact that the first half is boring and it was like a slog fest. The second half, it has more action, but it's still fucking boring because I feel like I'm just watching a fucking bad soap opera. For Pete's sakes. That's the whole problem I have with it. At least Flag is more interesting because it has robots and stuff. The only problem with Flag, though, is the fact that it has, what's it called? You're looking through a fucking camera lens. But I'd rather watch that than fucking Gilgamesh because Gilgamesh is plot all over the place. And the fact that every person in that whole entire anime, they're all fucking stupid. They're like all fucking bad guys. They just want to destroy everyone in the world. And it makes no fucking sense. I don't fucking get it. The main villains are just as stupid. The heroes are stupid and dumb. And the fact that I did not like the ending. Because in the ending, all 5 characters that I just introduced, they all fucking die. Everyone fucking dies at the very end of the anime. Even though they're all clones of themselves. Because they're all clones of another people. And that makes no fucking sense to begin with. Like, if you can clone yourself, then what's the point? I think the main reason why they want to extinguish the human race is because of the emotion side, but that's another problem I have with it. Like, dude, what are we going to be, just a bunch of fucking humanless robots? I mean, like, seriously, like, what the fuck? That's the main problem I have with the anime, and there's one, of all the characters, I like the sister because she's more fleshed out. The problem is, though, is the fact that she's not in the anime a lot. She does, like, for example, like I said before, she comes into the house, then she leaves, and then you don't know where the hell she goes. And then when she comes back to the house, guess what? She's dead because she has a kid because she went to save one of the evil bad guys to help him heal his wounds because they couldn't understand. Because the guy with the mafia guy has a way to nullify their patterns. The problem is the fact that they eventually find a way to extinguish it, and then the girl who it's so fucking confusing. That's the other issue I have with this fucking anime. It's so fucking convoluted. Like, all the characters are fucking stupid. They all should fucking die, which they all do, except for the 3 characters that show up at the last episode. And they are just clones of the 4 main characters, just with no human emotions. That's the other issue I have. I don't like this anime. Now, would I watch it over Sushi Ninja? Yeah, because even though it's boring, at least I can watch. At least I can not be like what the fuck am I snorting, like acid or something like that. But I'd like to say this. If you're interested in Gilgamesh, I recommend you not watch it because it's boring as fuck. It's 26 episodes. I'd rather watch 91 Days and Flag. And that's saying hell of a lot because I don't like those 2 animes. But the only reason why I think I like those 2 animes, Flag and 91 Days, better than Gilgamesh is because their plot is a lot more simpler and I can understand what the hell is going on. This anime, I don't know, and that's the main reason why I'm giving this a 0. I did not like it. It makes no goddamn sense, and the plot makes there's no reason for it. I mean, seriously, like, what the fuck? I don't like it. So, yeah. So, what are you guys' thoughts? Would you like to watch Gilgamesh? I can understand why people would like it. I just don't like it because it's fucking boring. I felt I was watching a bad soap opera. But what do you guys think about it? That's it for this anime review. Like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe, that's perfectly fine. I do this for a living. And before I end the video, I managed to make this anime review before the deadline. Because I said at the end of February I was going to make an anime review, and here I am making an anime review. So hope you guys have a nice positive day. Take care. I'll see you in the next anime review, because that's what I like to do. Bitches! Woohoo! Hopefully it's better than fucking Gilgamesh. God damn, man!